And here it is. We go again. My light suddenly dipped out. I'm not quite sure. All this cheap stuff. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. My light suddenly dipped out. So the session commences, and your company is required. That thing that happens twice a day, happening exactly the first installment now. If you are available, avail yourself of what is going on here. An explosive session, that is the anticipation. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is MOBI'S. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika KWAKWANSO. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Sing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting it right and getting it fast now. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting it right and getting it faster. Never freedom. Is another Savior. Never freedom. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is MOBI'S. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika KWAKWANSO. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo.
And there it is, the yam yam from the east. Holy, holy, they sing. The yam yam from the east. Holy, holy, as guys, I bring you this. So plenty to go through, actually, quite significant news items to present in this particular session. There's been a significant change within the Nigerian governance space. Chief Justice Tanko Mohammad resigns amidst corruption, gross misconduct charges from 14 Supreme Court justices. So it looks as though the honorable thing has been done, just a real departure from what we know of these people, the Fulanis, of course, who will just steal. And when they are caught, they'll just either just ignore you or shoot you. This is their known form. But it looks as though the space that this guy occupies, the legal echelons, the topmost of the legal space, the space that he occupies, which he has no competence for, by the way, the space that he occupies, it does not facilitate for the wayward ways of the Fulani. So he had no option, really. Chief Justice of Nigeria, Tanko, resigns amidst corruption, gross misconduct charges from 14 Supreme Court justices. So that was swift, and because the allegations just came out about a week or so ago, and very quickly he's falling on his sword. But what has happened even quicker is this. Justice Ariwola takes over as as Chief Justice of let me take that again. Justice Ariwola takes over as Justice Tanko resigns as Chief Justice of Nigeria. So there it is. Well, just within hours of this incident, a new appointee who now takes over the space. So it's very significant what just happened, actually, because if you recall, if you cast your mind back to 2019, it was this same Tanko Mohammad that when Atiku approached the Supreme Court to to highlight and alarm at all of the anomalies that transpired in the election that returned Buhari, the list of which that he had no credentials to actually be in that office. This Justice Tanko Mohammad is just dismissed that suit out of hand, telling us that Buhari was eminently qualified, even though he did not meet the benchmark of the Constitution. So that was it. So that's the power and potency of the Chief Justice of Nigeria. He can, by act of decision, vest his will upon the Nigerian state, and he foisted Buhari upon the Nigerian state. So that's the significance of that position. So bearing that as the backdrop, what are we then making first of the resignation of this Fulani fella, and more to it, the appointment of this Yoruba guy? Justice Ariwola takes over as Justice Tanko resigns as Chief Justice of Nigeria. So plenty to chew through that. And this as well, a recurring decimal. I submitted dummy running mates to INEC, still searching for right candidates. Tinubu, of course, in his own weird and unique and peculiar use of language. So essentially now this Masari guy that he submitted is a dummy. We knew that already, but of course, thank you for affirming that anyway. So the Jagaban of DBT at it again with his gibberish talking. I submitted dummy running mates to INEC, still searching for right candidates. A headline attributed to the looter of Lagos, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 4 years after calling Nigerian youths lazy, Buhari commends them for their excellence home and abroad. So no longer lazy youths now, you have impressed daddy. This seems to be now the outtake from that. 4 years after calling Nigerian youths lazy, Aboki from Daura commends them for their excellence, home and abroad. So there it is right there, a turnaround, a real turnaround, everything turning around. Peter Obi has low electoral value. KWAKWANSO won't be his running mate. Abdul Mumin JIBRIN is the person making this headline. So anybody that understands anything in politics would not even flinch a bit at that commentary, because this is just a categorical statement of fact, of course. KWAKWANSO, long-standing in politics, has a wide, plentiful, and an established base in politics, has been at the topmost echelon of Nigerian politics, influencing the direction of that country for decades. So this is what KWAKWANSO brings. Peter Obi is the ex-governor of Anambra State, who was kicked out of office severally and via the court managed to reinstitute himself. And since he left office, he has now had no real participation, attempted to run as Article's running mate, and that was the highlight of his career. So it's chalk and cheese, it's light and day. The difference is vast and vastly more superior, KWAKWANSO, in terms of political cachet. You might say Obi has strong pedigree, and that is a debate that can be had. But in terms of political cachet, they're not even on the same planet. And this is what this element from the north is highlighting. Peter Obi has low electoral value. KWAKWANSO won't be his running mate. Abdul Mumin JIBRIN, the person making that headline. And really very difficult to really counter that in any way. So here it is. This is what you have to look forward to for the future. APC presidential standard bearer Tinubu jets out to France after parley with Buhari. So this is a sign of things to come. So Buhari's preference, of course, is London, and it looks as though where Tinubu is getting his own booster shots is in France. So this is it, and this is how it's playing out. Well, I would ask him to be a bit wary of the French, because the French have a penchant for the Fulanese. They have an established relationship with the Fulanese, and if Tinubu becomes president, you may well see that he comes back in a body bag in one of his trips to France to go and get his injection. He may well, almost certainly will come back in a body bag just so that the French can install a MALLAM who they have a relationship with. APC presidential standard bearer Tinubu jets out to France after parley with MALLAM Buhari. So there it is. That's the menu, rich and diverse. So the usual protocol, click on the like button as you're coming in. Click on subscribe if you haven't done that already. If you want to come join me on the screen, the hyperlink that I'm highlighting now, click on it. A couple of people have already done that. So if you want to join them on the screen, click on that hyperlink that says StreamYard. That brings you into a studio space. I'm just looking around because my lighting is so dark, but then the day is so downcast. So click on the hyperlink if you want to come join me on the screen and all that stuff. But click on the like and subscribe button, of course, that's mandatory. So as you set about those clickings, let me provide you a little bit of a musical backdrop. Your calabash to the ready. We join. Okay, guys.
Only water, only water, where they see ma. Water,
only water, where they see ma.
Hapa o naido, hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o. Chief Wailati kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Olúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodana ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o. Àrùn kárùn.
And there it is right there. Ikuku Niru Agbeshe, may death have nothing to do with us. So there it is, powerful, potent prayer. Ikuku Niru Agbeshe, as guys, I bring you this. Chief Justice of Nigeria, Tanko, resigns amidst corruption gross misconduct charges from 14 Supreme Court justices. Chief Justice Tanko Mohammad has resigned after being rocked by corruption and misconduct charges from other at least 14. Sorry, that's how it's written. So let me take it again. Chief Justice Tanko Mohammad has resigned after being rocked by corruption and misconduct charges from 14 other Supreme Court justices. Mr. Mohammed's resignation is to take immediate effect, according to 4 Supreme Court sources who told correspondents on Monday morning. A spokesman for the Supreme Court confirmed the development to correspondents on Monday morning, but said additional details will be made public as to its course. Correspondents had published a series of articles last week from a protest authored by Supreme Court justices against Tanko, accusing him of corruption, misconduct, and neglect of personnel welfare. The rare charges were seen by court analysts as historically explosive, warning that it could worsen its reputation. Mr. Tanko replied to the justices, accusing them of dancing naked in the marketplace and absolving himself of any wrongdoing. So there it is right there. So Tanko Mohammad bites the dust. So Tanko Mohammad bites the dust. His position totally untenable, of course, because the Supreme Court justices, they're just a small bunch of people. I think no more than 20 of them at any point in time. So if all of the others say that you are not fit for purpose, how are you then able to then come at the next meeting and sit atop the table that you are heading them when all of them have told you they have no confidence in you? So a vote of no confidence, and the Aboki bites the dust. So the Aboki bites the dust and the Amala Muncher steps in. Justice Ariwola takes over as Justice Tanko resigns as Chief Justice of Nigeria. Justice Olukayode Ariwola is expected to be sworn in as the Chief Justice of Nigeria CJN on Monday after the sudden resignation of Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammad as head of the nation's judiciary. The media aide to the CJN, Aharaka Yusuf Issa, who confirmed the resignation of Justice Tanko Mohammad as CJN, hinted that the swearing in of the new CJN is slated for Monday afternoon. Justice Mohammad was said to have resigned his appointment as the head of the nation's judiciary on health grounds. So it's usually on health grounds, isn't it, when they bite the dust? It will be recalled that the CJN was last week accused of corruption and professional misconduct by 14 of his brother justices of the Apex Court. Justice Mohammad was said to have resigned on Sunday, but the news of his resignation became public on Monday morning. Correspondents gathered that the CJN, who was built to declare a workshop organized by judges, opened at the National Judicial Institute. Let me take that again. In fact, let me take the entirety of that again. Somewhat stilted the way I've just read it now. Justice Olukayode Ariwola is expected to be sworn in as the Chief Justice of Nigeria CJN on Monday after the sudden resignation of Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammad as head of the nation's judiciary. The media aide to the CJN, Aharaka Yusuf Issa, who confirmed the resignation of Justice Tanko Mohammad as CJN, hinted that the swearing in of the new CJN is slated for Monday afternoon. Justice Mohammad was said to have resigned his appointment as head of the nation's judiciary on health grounds. It will be recalled that the CJN was last week accused of corruption and professional misconduct by 14 of his brother justices of the Apex Court. Justice Mohammad was said to have resigned on Sunday, but the news of his resignation became public on Monday morning. Correspondents gathered that the CJN was built to declare a workshop organized by judges opened at the National Judicial Institute was represented at the event by a justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Suleiman Galadima. Recall that the CJN, in its response to the protest letter by the justices of the Apex Court, said the action of the justices amounts to dancing naked in the marketplace and absolved himself of any wrongdoings. Details to follow. So with details to follow, that tells you that that's just breaking as of this moment news. So Justice Tanko Mohammad resigns. We have that confirmed, and a new justice to be sworn in. That I think will be confirmed. I think that because that's pretty much been widely reported. It says Olukayode Ariwola, 5 things to know about the new Chief Justice. Reaction. And on it goes. Breaking. Buhari to swear in Justice Ariwola as CJN today. Why Tanko Mohammad resigned? Tanko Mohammad said to resign. Tanko Mohammad resigns amidst. So on and on. It's just updates. Tanko Mohammad resigns. So it's just that's the news. So everybody reporting that same thing. So those are just a series of headlines on that space. So it's all over the media. The media space. I submitted dummy running mate to INEC, still searching for right candidates. The Jagaban of DB3. Bola Tinubu, the ruling All Progressives Congress APC. Bola Tinubu, the ruling All Progressives APC presidential flag bearer, has admitted submitting a dummy to the Independent National Electoral Commission as his running mate at the 60th birthday of the House of Representatives Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila held in Abuja. Mr. Tinubu said, "I am still searching for my running mate." Mr. Tinubu, whose controversial academic qualifications have again been brought to the fore when he refused to mention the primary and secondary schools he attended in the INEC form, submitted a name to the electoral body more than a week ago. I could see a deputy sitting down there too. You are very good symbols of unity. So I think that deputy is a person called Wase. I could see a deputy sitting down there too. You are very good symbols of unity, dependability, and honesty. Thank you. Thank you for both of you. You have not rocked the boat, stated the APC presidential flag bearer. So it doesn't give context to that statement, of course. That's what they're just quoting. He added, I will need to learn from both of you how you made the pair work because I am still searching for my running mate. Erstwhile Lagos governor thanked Mr. Gbajabiamila for playing a crucial role in helping him to clinch the APC presidential ticket. What you did during my primary APC presidential election is a story for another day. I have spent more time too many times and people might get bored, Mr. Tinubu pointed out. They might be envious too. They might be jealous. I won a landslide. Thank you, Femi. With your determination and reach, you are a contributor to our democratic growth. Thank you. It is about charting a path to success. You have done a good job. And I say thank you, thank you. So now this is quite worthy of noting because clearly from that, Tinubu is crediting Femi Gbajabiamila very much as being playing a crucial role in his emergence as the APC presidential flag bearer. So if you look at Femi Gbajabiamila, both in his presentation and his texture, you would have instinctually thought that he would have gone for somebody like Yemi Osinbajo, who in presentation and texture seem more allied with Femi Gbajabiamila's sort of worldview. than somebody like Tinubu, who seems to be the direct opposite of somebody like Femi Gbajabiamila. But you don't make those assumptions in politics, is what has been demonstrated thus far. Mr. Tinubu's statement on his search for a running mate lent credence to claims that the name he submitted to INEC was a stopgap until he found a suitable vice presidential candidate. Mr. Tinubu, a Muslim who hails from Nigeria's southwest, is expected to be on the 2023 presidential election ballot with a northern Christian as running mate to balance the predominant ethnic and religious forces. So there it is right there. So essentially, Tinubu tells us what we already know, that his running mate is a dummy. 4 years after calling Nigerian youths lazy, Buhari commends them for their excellence both home and abroad. President Muhammad Buhari has applauded Nigerian youths for their excellence at home and abroad. Buhari said the country, let's take that again. President Muhammad Buhari has applauded Nigerian youth for their excellence at home and abroad. Buhari said the country will welcome input and investments from compatriots with international exposure for the economy to thrive. Femi Adesina, the president's spokesman, reported that the president stated this at a town hall meeting with Nigerians in diaspora on the sideline of the 26th Commonwealth Head of Government meetings in Kigali, Rwanda on Saturday. Buhari was quoted as saying, "It gives me great pleasure to be in Kigali, Rwanda, and to meet you, members of the Nigerian diaspora, as part of my regular meetings with Nigerians wherever I visit other countries." So that should be whenever, not wherever. So wherever I visit other countries, they wrote. Let me begin by congratulating and commending Yewande Adebowale for emerging as one of the top 4 winners of the Commonwealth Youth Competition at the Kigali Startup Festival 2022 at the Commonwealth Youth Forum. I also commend Esther Olanrewaju and Favor Aderinto, who are recipients of the Lakshmi Subramanian CMU Africa Student Excellence Award for Masters in Information Technology and Electrical and Computer Engineering. I am so it noted, of course, that there is no Mariam and Mukta there, but they tell us that they are 60% of the country, but they never are in academia. I am proud of all of you, and I remain ever proud of our Nigerian youth excelling at home and abroad. Describing Nigerians in Rwanda as ambassadors of their country and stressing the need for them to be of good behavior, Buhari said, "People would read and know Nigeria by your actions and activities. Our government is determined to work with Nigerians both at home and abroad to develop our economy and create a nation that is productive, peaceful, and caters for the needs of its citizens. We are also working assiduously to protect all Nigerians, whether at home and abroad, to feel safe and attain their full potentials in life," the president added. President Buhari once described the Nigerian youth population as lazy and uneducated during his speech at the Commonwealth Business Forum in Westminster on April the 17th, 2018. But many Nigerians on social media, particularly on Twitter, rejected the tag, saying they were not lazy or uneducated, but the inefficiencies of the government had incapacitated them. A Twitter user with the handle Cardinal4400 had said, to think his son was treated abroad with lazy taxpayers' money after crashing his bike he bought with lazy taxpayers' money. This thing they paid me. Another user, so it goes on to regurgitate all of the clapbacks against Buhari when he made that infamous lazy youth comment. So from that to matters politics still. Peter Obi has low electoral value. KwaKwanso won't be his running mate. Abdul Mumin Jibrin, the speaker. Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has low electoral value and can only contribute 30% vote compared to the new Nigeria People's Party's presidential flag bearer, Rabiu Kwakwanso, says ex-House of Representatives legislator Abdul Mumin Jubrin. Well, very well. Kwakwanso will not be, very well. Kwakwanso will not be running mate to Peter Obi. By every standard, Kwakwanso should be the presidential aspirant. Kwakwanso has more political exposure, more experience. And at the end of the day, when you look at the equity contribution of votes, it will be a ratio of about 70 to 30. Mr. Jibrin, a chieftain of the NNPP, explained, "We are looking at Kwakwanso bringing 70%. Even if it is in business, Peter Obi knows that whoever is bringing the larger chunk of equity is expected to stay on board." Mr. Jubrin stated this during an interview with Channels Television on Sunday, describing Mr. Kwakwanso as the single most popular politician in Nigeria after President Muhammad Buhari. According to the NNPP chieftain, though Mr. Obi is popular amongst the Nigerian youths, his popularity has yet to be tested in an election. We are conscious of the followership amongst the youths, but again, we are taking that cautiously because that has not been tested in terms of electoral value, noted Mr. Jibrin. But again, you will agree that it has massive youth followership. A few days ago, the party had insisted that Mr. Kwakwanso would not be running mate to Mr. Obi. As a mass movement, NNPP acknowledged alliance talks with Labour Party that would consolidate and boost the nation's frail democracy as we collectively strive for a new Nigeria, which the party champions. NNPP has never at any time said its esteemed presidential candidate Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso could accept to be Labour Party Peter Obi's deputy, the NNPP said, but admitted negotiating with the Labour Party for an alliance in the 2023 presidential election. Mr. Kwakwanso, a former governor of Kano State, said the planned alliance was important as the APC and PDP had not fielded an Igbo vice presidential candidate. He added, "We are really looking to Peter Obi, or at least saying that the committee is working to look into the matter and cooperate with him. And friends and family are coming to talk to us about it." So there it is again. I don't think it can be any more categorical than that. What is not on the table is Kwakwanso being a running mate for Peter Obi. And the other thing that is not on the table is Peter Obi being a running mate to Kwakwanso. So if Peter Obi is not going to be a running mate to Kwakwanso, and Kwakwanso definitely not going to be a running mate to Peter Obi, so what then is going to emerge out of those talks is just the question. So we see then what they come up as a mission statement then, if and when, or more to it, if they ever form that alliance. APC presidential standard bearer Tinubu jets out to France after parley with Aboki from Daura. Presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has traveled out of the country. Tinubu departed Abuja early Monday morning after meeting with President Muhammad Buhari at the presidential villa. He is off to Paris, France, to hold some. So I think this is how they are going to be coloring it: is medical injection visits to France. So this is how they are going to be telling you. This is the narrative they are going to be presenting. So it used to be vacation for Buhari, but this is what he's going to use. He's off to Paris, France, to hold some important meetings. The APC standard bearer, according to his spokesman, Tunde Rahman, is expected back in the country shortly. Earlier before his departure, he attended the public presentation of a book titled Mr. Speaker and launch of Legislative Monitoring Initiative in commemoration of the 60th birthday of Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila. On June the 8th, Asiwaju Tinubu emerged the presidential candidate of the APC for the February the 25th election, for the February the 25th, 2023 election at the party's presidential primaries slash national convention held at Eagle Square, Abuja. After the election, he immediately embarked on a series of thank you and reconciliation visits to those who contested against him at the party's primary election, including the 7 aspirants who stepped down for him. So Tinubu off for his booster shot, as our engineer likes to put it. So there it is. That is what we have to expect for the future. So there it is right there. President Tinubu in London, Paris, holding talks in a hospital bed. Rational Mind, I see you. Ajande Koko, I see you. Saki, Father, I see you. Saki, Father, I see you. Soli, I see you. Thomas, I see you. And I see you again, Thomas. So, Thomas, can you say something so I can delete one? You are logged on twice. Thomas. This is Thomas for you. Thomas, you are logged on twice. All right. So that's Thomas, typical Thomas. So let's go then to let's start it off with Soli, who we never really get to hear from. So Soli, are you there?
I'm here.
Brilliant. Good to have you. So Tinubu off to France to hold important meetings, but I suspect he'll be going to France to hold important meetings if he ever becomes president for the duration of his administration. So there it is right there, another sick note president. What are you making then of this journey?
One man, did they give like a reason for the journey? Is it confirmed why he went to France?
They said he went to hold important meetings, which is which means anything and nothing. He went to hold important meetings.
Well, if it's a medical trip, don't they usually get their medical trip from the UK? I don't know
No,
why. Yes.
maybe his preference is for the French. You know, the last time he was in hospital, he was in France. He went to America and then France.
Yes, I noticed. He usually goes to France. Even that NSAS thing, I think they said he went to France. So
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to do in France. He's a very mysterious man. We cannot just put a claim and a pin to what he went to go and do there. If he says he went to go and have meeting, well, who knows? If he says he went for medical checkup, well, that is just sad, you know. But in the plan of Lagos Eco Atlantic, they claim that they want to put a first class, first world hospital there, and they want to encourage and increase medical tourism so that instead of people going out of the country, people will be able to come to Eco Atlantic from different parts of the world to be able to get medical treatment. So, you know, we can't just sit down and judge. We just have to wait.
What do
We
you
don't.
mean sit down and judge? We had this under Buhari, who spent half of his tenure in a London hospital. So
Yes, but
we are going to have Tinubu have spent his tenure in a Paris hospital.
we
For
don't
what?
know that.
What do you mean we don't know that?
We don't know that.
He's been in and out of hospital in France for the last in the last 12 months. He must have been to get his booster shot at least 6-7 times.
Well, there's nothing we can do. That's just how I see it. What can we do?
There's nothing we can do. We cannot accept it. Is what we can do.
Yes, but I'm talking about like what can we do to stop it?
To stop him from going to France.
Yes, nothing
We
we
can't
can.
stop him from going to France any more than we can stop you from smoking Igbo, but we can certainly kick him out of make sure he doesn't hold us hostage with his medical needs.
Well, his medical needs has not really affected anybody. You know, he has been able to perform his job even with
Perform what? What job has he performed? You saw how he was shaking. The guy can't walk 100 meters without falling over. He can't speak for 5 minutes without talking gibberish. He can't hold a simple paper without quivering. Well, what is he has no function mentally and physically.
well, as we can see with Buhari, he was looking way worse before he became the president. After he became the president, he looked more fit. So There's a lot of stress going on. There's a lot of mental pressure, and he's
So,
not.
so another 8 years of hospital bed, Abby.
But we don't know that now.
We
Well,
know that now. Are we not seeing it now? Is in France getting another round of injections?
okay. Well,
Do we know? I mean, what are you saying now? You know now. Why are you pretending like you don't know?
Because
Is in France getting another round of injection, which was a identical to Buhari
okay,
word for word.
okay, but one man, there's nothing
So
he
when
can.
he's elected, you go and spend 6 months in France telling us that is reflecting like Buhari did.
Well, well, then we are in hot soup. Because he holds all the leverage so far. Is the leading man, in my opinion,
Mhm.
and that's why I keep saying, what can we do in this type of situations? We just have to look for our own solution as people. Because if he's going to go to medical trip and get medical help outside the country, we as a people should, if we know that he's going to be president, we should be prepared for things like this, because we've had past antecedents on events like this, and
What do you mean prepared? How do we prepare?
that's
To,
the
to,
main.
to, to prepare is not to is to ensure that he doesn't get that seat.
But that's not the only solution.
What other solution is there? Why would you
If
have a sick man as a president?
if we can't stop him from getting into power, we need to get an alternative for, if he gets into power, what are we going to do when he's going to have his medical trip? This
Yeah,
is how.
what can we do? What that's just talk now. Those are just words. What are you talking about?
Yes, no, it's not just talk. We have to find a way to make the country work, even if it's not going to be there. When Buhari left, he wasn't giving power to Oshibanjo. So that was another one of the major issues. So I don't think Oshibanjo could make any decisions while Buhari. Anyway, Tinubu too is like that. It's the same thing he does for Lagos State.
Is it time for your booster shot too? What's the alarm? Everybody
No,
is on it. Everybody is on booster shot. Sorry, you want to? All
no,
right. You this guy. I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
no.
But
Me, I'm a very good boy.
are you? What do you mean? Okay. All right. Okay. So sorry. Let me take you to the space. Then Tanko Mohammad resigns amidst an avalanche of allegations of corruption, misconduct, and not being fit for purpose. So, what does this mean? The timing of it, and very quickly, Justice Ariwola is being sworn in now. Will be sworn. It probably has already been sworn in as the new Chief Justice of the country. A total turnaround just within 24 hours.
Well, if it was a normal situation, I would be happy that I was able to resign, because in that country they don't have shame, they don't have conscience. They would have stolen it, and if nothing is going to happen, he will sit there in his position. So, this is a very good thing that I'm seeing happening in the space. Hopefully, more people resign once they are exposed, and that's not just it. What happened to the money? What's going to happen to the money? Are they going to get it back? Are they going to reinvest it back into the country, or another person is just going to reloot?
Have they ever gotten any money back in the history of when you have been monitoring Nigeria? When have they ever gotten any money back?
They've gotten money back from different people now, but
Abacha loot, Abi, that they
Abacha
relooted.
loot, the Ezani loot, so many other loots. But the main
Yeah.
question is it going to be relooted? What's the point of exposing people? What's the point of doing all this expose, putting in all this work, if you are just going to reloot the loot? What's the point? Are they trying to shame the people? What is it? This
No,
can.
they're just moving money around now. What they recover from those people is usually no more than 40%, maybe. They still walk away with a vast fortune, but then they move the money back so that another set can reload it and add on top of it. You saw with the Abacha loot now. As soon as they were bringing it in, they were looting it.
It's just terrible. They just is it about conscience, or is it about desperation? I don't even know. I really
It's about impunity, and it's about greed. And it's about I can do it and then get away with it, and therefore I will do it and get away with it. So that's what it is.
well, it's a big problem.
All right. Let me take you to another point. Sorry. It's still this Peter Obi KWAKWANSO narrative that doesn't seem to want to go away. Decisions still not been made, And the sticking point, of course, is that who steps down for whom. KwaKwanso, of course, reminding the Peter Obi narrative that he is experienced and deep in Nigerian politics. He has been tested at the ballot, but Peter Obi has not. So at the moment, their consideration is that yes, we heard a noise, but that noise has not been tested electorally. So how can somebody that has been tested electorally and has popular acclaim cede the first spot to somebody that has somewhat of a following, but that following has not been tested? So the Peter Obi Kwakwanso thing is still very much in play. What are you making then of this back and forth between these two elements?
If we look at the American space, we had Donald Trump who wasn't tested, okay, but there was a call out for him, and that was tested, and that was tried, and that succeeded. The problem now we're having is a tribal issue. You know, who is the better tribe? That is how the people are going to really look at it. Wherever, at this point anyway, not after the decision, before the decision. That is another problem we have in this country. Because if they were the same tribes, I have no doubt Kwankwanso would have stepped down for Obi, especially with the outpour, people trying to register, INEC saying they may extend the registration period. Things are changing. I've seen videos of people rushing to get their PVC and everything.
Yes, but you cannot. A lot of people, you cannot adduce that to Peter Obi. A lot of that are people, because we have Ifeanyi who is in Abuja telling us that he goes there. He's been struggling to get his PVC for 4 days, and every interaction that he has had with the people, and he's a young man too, by the way, Ifeanyi, I think in his 20s, and he's saying all the interactions that he's having with people there, it leaves him with the concern and almost the conviction that those people, they are just looking to get the PVC to trade it. And we saw that in
For money.
Ekiti. So, yeah, for money. So it's not anything to do with Peter Obi or this new move. Some of it to do with Peter Obi, a lot of it to do with opportunistic opportunity to money, and some of it even to vote in a different direction. So just attributing all of this new wave to Peter Obi is somewhat of a misnomer.
Well, I knew that was coming because I know Nigerian people very opportunistic. If we see one kind of situation, we start to think of different opportunities. Well, they know their game, they know their job. Kwankwanso has real voters backed behind him. That's what these people in the north are always saying. Peter Obi's own has not been tested. And I don't see Kwankwanso stepping down for Peter Obi, even though that's how it should be, because it should be a southern campaign.
No, why should they be?
Because they should give power to the south. Is that not what
Why should they give power? Are the northerners not Nigerians?
Because that is what the space is clamoring for.
What space? No, the south is clamoring for it. I don't know that the north are clamoring that power should go to the south.
I do see it on their page. Some of them do say must not always hold on to power. Those are the things they are even saying. They don't seem scared of giving power to the south. It's just who are they going to give it to? That is their main issue. So, well, it would have been nice if it was just Peter Obi versus Tinubu. That would be very interesting. Who are they going to choose? Someone who looks like he has a clean record, or someone who seems strong but has somewhat of a bad record?
So they will give it to somebody that they feel they trust. If we play that scenario that you've just highlighted, Solly, they will go with somebody that they feel they will trust. That they feel their interest will be somewhat served. So if you put Peter Obi up and you put Tinubu up, and they both hold their bases, and the North gets to decide, who do you think the North will feel they can trust their lives in his hands more? Somebody like Peter, of course, now, because the established relationship between the Southwest and the North. So it's over. Even in that game, Peter Obi will lose. Sorry, hold on, sorry. Thomas, can you say something? Because you are on the screen twice and it's a bit disconcerting. So which one is the real you? Thomas? All right. That's Thomas, man. That is Thomas. Let me take you then to another talking point. Tinubu saying that is Well, there's two strands to this next talking point. Um, he says that the his running mate is a dummy, but then of course this guy he talks gibberish. But what is to say is that he just put a dot name there to fulfill the legalities of INEC. So he says that, but he said that at an event to commemorate Gbajabiamila's 60th birthday. And at that birthday, he eulogized quite generously Gbajabiamila's contribution to his emergence as the APC flag bearer. So that strikes as a curiosity because if you look at Femi Gbajabiamila, is almost an identical twin of somebody like Yemi Oshibanjo in terms of language, in terms of presentation, in terms of worldview, even within the age scope. So they are more or less the same people, but Gbajabiamila abandoning somebody that reflects him in all manners to go to somebody that is the total opposite of him. So why do you feel that Gbajabiamila abandoned what should be his natural space to go to somebody like Tinubu? Why did he stab Tinubu or Shibanjo for Tinubu Gbajabiamila? Sorry.
Because he's going to where there is power. The standing candidate for APC right now is Tinubu. You know, if any of us were in politics, all of us would choose Tinubu
No,
over.
no, 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 not all of us. I would choose Oshibanjo.
No, but Oshibanjo is not contesting.
No, no, no. I'm talking about at the primaries. What when Oshibanjo?
Oh, money is money.
No,
It's
it's not
money.
money. It's just too lazy an answer. But Amila is
No,
wealthy now.
no, but one man, the amount of money this Tinubu, when Tinubu looks at somebody, he knows the amount of money that can grab their hand. He knows. He's been doing this for a long time. Why do you think Fireman stepped down? All the things.
I don't think Tinubu has the sort of money that will bribe Amila.
Well, well,
Amila is a near dollar billionaire now, so in cash. So what money are you going to use to bribe him to you know?
after the elections,
What do you
there
mean
can,
after the?
there can be money before the elections. There can be money after the elections. That's just how Tinubu leads. He leads with his wallet all the time.
No, no, I think it leads with his influence. I'm not sure that it's all about money. I think it leads with his influence. What it seems to be doing, Solly, this is what a lot of people read into it. What he seems to be doing is he builds people up and gives them, like Fayemi, for instance, your governor. He went and brought him from Ghana and made him governor of Ekiti State, and he backed his political career all the way through. Oshibanjo, Fashola, Ambode, Chris Ngige, Ahmed Lawan, all of these people, he picked them from obscurity and built them into men. So there's a sense of somewhat loyalty to somebody that gave you the life that you have. So I think it's beyond just money. This is what I think.
Yes, that one is included, but I still think money is involved because
All right.
I know Tinubu, money is always involved.
All right. All right. Let me. I think you may well have exhausted all the talking points. Yes, you've talked about Tinubu in France, Peter Obi and KWAKWANSO. Okay, let me take you to this space. 4 years after calling Nigerians lazy youth, Buhari now in Kigali, he commends them for their achievements, both home, for their excellence, both home and abroad. As the penny finally dropped then at the last minute, at the last hour for the Aboki from Daura.
I think it's just I think he's just changing his tone. I still believe that man will forever look at Nigerian youths as lazy youths. Because what age did he take over power of Nigeria? I think he was in his 30s. Nigerian youths, sorry to say, let me not just majority of Nigerian youths are lazy. Oh, I won't lie. One man, I won't lie.
Are you included in that list?
One man. See, even me, self, I have some sense of laziness in me, but I still know my responsibility, and that's because I grew up around mostly, not mostly, but I grew up around white people. I went to school with them. I've worked with them. I've lived with them. So they can be lazy, they can be anyhow, but they always still remember their responsibility. Us Nigerians, they are one man, they are lazy. Oh. If they just get small money, that's the end. They spend it, they finish it, they waste it to the end. Even after it's finished, they borrow, they don't have plan to pay. But one man, Nigerian youths are lazy. 30 years old, 40 years old, they are still living with their parents and they have no problem with it. And it's not just poverty, you know, it's just a lazy mindset. They don't want to start business, they want to do fraud, they don't, even if they have the opportunity to do business and you give them money, they'd rather just do fraud. They prefer to do cruise. Cruise is better than real life. Anytime something is serious, they just don't want to think about it, they just want to play. They just want to enter cruise. Any problem is cruise, cruise. That word irritates me. That cruise word, very irritating because you can never get logic past them.
What is cruise? What does cruise mean?
It's like when you like, for example, now if Buhari says that, oh, Nigerian youths or I don't know, if something for example like that end SARS kind of situation, they will find a way to turn it into a joke, one way or the other. No matter how serious the situation is, they always find a way. I feel like it's a coping mechanism, but it's just one of those things. Never taking anything serious. Even if civil war starts in Nigeria today, they will find a way to turn it into a joke and not take it serious. I just don't know why. And it's just the majority of them. That is why I believe that's why we are so good in entertainment, because all we know is cruise. What do we do? Is it not dancing, making jokes? Is it not what else? Sex, instead of working, chasing woman 24/7, 24/7. Married women, they don't judge, they don't care, and Nigerians are not even being known for that. So their own is cruise, 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 cruise all through. No, nothing serious, nothing ever serious. One man, you can't. Okay, one man. I went to a barber shop. Okay, we were talking about is because this is Netherlands. They take about 50-something% in tax, and I was explaining to this guy how owning your business can help him save tax legally and all this kind of thing. The guy was telling me that, oh, somebody did this, somebody did this. I told him that all these people you are asking, did they actually do it, or you are just hearing story? He said that they didn't do it. It's just story that this one said story. And I told him that I came here, I've set up business, I've done this, I know the tax laws, and I was explaining it to him. This guy didn't listen to me because he just met me. Me that I've done it too. He was listening to his friends that were speculating. So I just don't understand. And he was so into tribe. And obviously, if somebody is into tribe, we already know, which part of the the country they are from.
Which part is that? Which part is that?
The eastern part. The eastern part. No. Any Nigerian that I meet that start talking about tribe, 99% of them have been from the east. So much they are not focused. They don't understand what is going on in their life.
They are telling us that the Igbo people don't know about business. What are you talking about?
It's not all Igbo people that know about business.
It's in their DNA. What are you talking about?
They will teach you about it.
It's in their DNA.
Let me tell you why I feel they are good at business. When they encounter one business, they are very hard-headed, adamant about what they are saying, and they go to the end of the line of it. That is why they succeed. Now, if they are wrong, they still go to the end of the line of that wrongness. So when you see an Igbo man that has made it, he has made it to the fullest because he has decided to go to the end of the line, whether wrong or right. Do you understand? So they have that kind of personality trait. It's not it is my DNA to be good at business. No, there are a lot of Igbo people that are terrible at business. It's just their personality of going all the way to the end that makes them succeed very, very well. That's what I have noticed. There's no such thing as DNA for being good at business. How do you want to factually back that up? What
they are good at business. They don't worry about that. They are better than you at business.
Oh, okay. I will even talk, but if you say so.
All right, thank you, Solly. I was only pulling your legs, by the way. So your opinion.
I'm only talking about what I have seen with my 2 eyes and what.
Just because you had an encounter with a man in the barber shop, you can't then color a whole tribe of people.
One man. It's since I left Nigeria. Since I left Nigeria since 2013. Right. Every time somebody talks about tribe, you know, you can just be having a normal conversation, and next thing you know, you say, "Oh, this person is Igbo, or this person, or no, or this person is Yoruba, or this person is Bini, or this." I'm like, bro, where did that come from? We're just having a normal. Where did all this tribal talk come from? Almost every time, and it's very frustrating because they don't want to go beyond that tribal talk. Nobody, oh, this person is like this because this person is from this tribe. Like, think beyond that, you know. But anyway, Sha, it's kind of frustrating. But
All right, all right. Thank you, Solly. So those are Solly's words, not mine. You takes ownership of it. So thank you, Solly. So let me go on from you, Solly, and let me go to Ajanle Koko. So Ajanle Koko, are you ready to go, or should I come back to you, Ajanle Koko?
Okay, let's go. One man.
All right, brilliant. So Ajanle Koko, the news of the day: Chief Justice of Nigeria Tanko Mohammad resigns amidst corruption gross misconduct charges from 14 Supreme Court justices. So that's the news that broke today, to be quickly followed by Justice Ariwo Ola being sworn in as his replacement. So what are you then making of that whirlwind turnaround, Ajanle Koko?
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Let me urge every listeners around the world to please
You're breaking,
subscribe.
Ajanle Koko. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Click on the like button, share, and subscribe if you have not done so. One man, this it's a serious corrupt practices going on in that Ministry of Justice, particularly the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice of Nigeria has not been managing that Supreme Court well, the way that is expected of him. That Supreme Court financially, I mean, it handled its finances without any interference from the executive. So, and the Chief Justice of the Federation is the accounting officer of that Supreme Court.
Ajanle Koko, please, can I interject quickly?
Yeah.
Everyone in the comments is saying, oh, for example, we say if Solly get the opportunity, you wipe out Igbo. I love Igbo people. My best friend was an Igbo guy.
Yeah.
My best, you know,
That's the argument of a racist, isn't it? I'm not racist. My best friend is black.
One man,
Yeah, I'm not racist. My best friend is black. But black people are monkeys. Look at that.
one man.
Yeah, I'm not racist. My black friend is black. But black people are monkeys. Look at that.
No, but see, I love Igbo people. Do you understand? How I learned business was from an Igbo man. My best friend in the whole world was an Igbo guy, you know, until he died in Abuja, because I don't want to get to it. So the first time I even ever cried for a human being was my Igbo brother dying. Do you understand? So it's not, I like Igbo people, but you have to be factual sometimes. You know, sometimes you tend to go too but too high on things that are not factually based. You know, you are passionate about your things, but I'm a very factual person. That's just it. I love Igbo people. So don't say that I hate you guys. I love you guys. You know,
All
I
right.
just don't like
It's just that they are yam heads, Abi. You like
I don't like
look at this
tribal
guy.
talk. I
Look
don't
at
like
it.
judging people based on their tribe, you know, but
Is that not exactly what
No,
you're just
but
doing
one
now?
man,
That's exactly what you
no,
are
me,
doing.
I'm stating facts. If I
Really?
say Yoruba people like partying, they put canopy in the middle of the road, disturbing everybody. It's facts, you know. But I'm not insulting anybody. I'm not hitting on anybody. I'm just stating facts. I love my Igbo guys.
All right.
Igbo
Okay.
kwenu.
Look at that. All right. Back to Ajale Koko.
Okay. So, so Supreme Court manages his finances by itself, and the chief accounting officer is the Chief Justice of the Federation. But in the recent time, I think the Chief Justice of the Federation have not, failed to manage the accounts of that court very well. And all that I expected of him in terms of disbursements of funds to his colleagues, the Supreme Court's, justices, with regard to their welfare, with regard to their, traveling allowances, training, accommodation, and all that matters with regard to their welfare. Even though that there's federal allocation for them, they are not getting nothing. And this has persisted for quite some time, and I believe, according to the recent petition, they sent to the Supreme Court to register their dissatisfaction as to regard to the way he is managing the Supreme Court fund. They have met him, they discussed with him all the problem that they are confronting with, their training, their accommodation, their, working under hardship condition with no electricity. It's just too tough for them. So he did not respond after meeting him, discussing with him, and they saw it clearly that he has traveled out of the country several times with his family, his wife, his children, to Turkey, to some other country, and these are the at the expense of the state. And they that are the colleagues, all their entitlement with traveling out and all these things, it didn't pay them. So they filed
even workshops that they are meant to update.
Yeah.
It will pocket the money.
It pocket the money. So they ganked, all of them ganked, 14 of them wrote a joint petition against him. So that petition leaked out to the press, and that was what was part of the news since last week. So and it didn't handle the situation well. He should have responded, or responded to their call, responded to what they're asking for. But instead, this man was jabbing back at his colleagues, telling them that they were chasing shadow and calling them all sort of names. So
he said they were walking naked in the market square.
that is the worst that a man of honor at a position of honor like that should be saying to his fellow colleagues. Their colleagues is just by privilege that he happened to be the Chief Justice, but they are professional colleagues. So he shouldn't be talking to his professional colleagues like that. So it just shows something about him that is an indiscipline, and
he confirmed what they said about him with his response.
With the response. So this thing leaked to the press, and I think there have been pressure on him since then. And I think that is what is responsible to his resignation. Maybe the president behind the scene has, intervene, or maybe some power that be has intervened and have advised him, look, if this thing should be taken to court, or if you should, if you don't step down and you allow investigation to be carried out on you, this will, bring more shame, and this will bring more damaging effect on you. So, and I believe that he was trying. I mean, he's trying to maybe possibly escape investigation or not being shamed out of office. That is why he stepped down. But I believe at the same time that ministry should be investigated. The finances should be investigated, should be audited. And if this man is found wanting, if he has mismanagement, if he has mismanaged the fund for the managing or for the management of that ministry, it should be prosecuted. And if there's a jail time for him, he should be sent to jail so that others can learn from him, and this can send as a deterrent to others. So it's just a shame that we have people that are seen as men of honor, people that are seen as men of integrity, people that should have been, leaders, to emulate all the time, are the people that, drag their name to the mud and make a mess of their personality and their profession, particularly. It's just shameful to us as people and as a country that a chief justice could be so much, I mean, should be so corrupt, and to such an extent that his colleagues can stand up against him. It's just this is very shameful. It's very shameful, one man.
Oh, all right, and with the swift replacement with Justice Ariwola, all the lawsuits coming in 2023, which we know will come. So how do you think then this choice of Justice Ariwola plays into that, or the presidential lawsuits to come?
Well, I don't want to speculate what is going to happen in a lawsuit that we have not even.
Because you remember the step down justice or not again to put this guy in to serve their interest when they know that they rigged the election and they needed somebody to legitimize it. So we know that the justices they will make the final decisions on that presidential space. We know that there'll be allegations of rigging. People will go to court. It will end up in the Supreme Court, and there will be a pronouncement. And we saw how Justice Mohammed influenced to steal Atiku's mandate and give it to Buhari. So now we have Justice Ariwola to superintend the 2023 space. So what should we read into that, or should we even read anything into that?
I think that Justice of Supreme Court hold the responsibility to look at the, any cases whatsoever before them critically, and then deliver the judgment in accordance to the law. I don't want to speculate what is going to happen, but we know, like you said, there's surely going to be a lawsuit, on the presidential election result, but
we've lost you, Ajanle Koko. Are you there? Okay, I think Ajanle Koko is driving, and he may well.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that I cannot really speculate what is going to happen after the election. There's a lawsuit, and but what I, we expect from him and his, the others, Supreme Court justice, what that we expect from them is to, follow the law, make their judgment, and treat, every lawsuit before them, come out with a judgment that is in line with the constitution of the country. They have to lead by example. Every judgment coming out from Supreme Court should be a clinically and judgment that cannot be, that should be accepted by people. Should it be a judgment that will be seen as favorable, with maybe a tribal connotation or any sentiment whatsoever. It should be strictly in line with the law, and that is what I will expect, and the new leadership, and his team to do. They should bring, sanity into that justice Supreme Court, and make it a court that is reliable, a court that we can see as the last hope for Nigerians that are grieved for one thing or the other. So that is what I would like the leadership, to portray and to effect.
All right. All right. Thank you, Ajale Koko. So thank you, Ajale Koko. Stay with us. For reasons of time, let me go on to Rational Mind. Rational Mind, are you there?
Let me say something about, you are asking solely about Tinubu and Gbajabiamila.
Oh yes.
And,
Tinubu was speaking at the 60th birthday commemoration for Gbajabiamila, and he was saying that the vice presidential candidate that he picked was a dummy, which is to say it was just a placeholder. But Tinubu now just gibberish anytime he opens his mouth. But he went on to describe how Gbajabiamila was played a crucial role in his emergence as the flag bearer of the party. And I was reflecting with Solid that Gbajabiamila, both in physicality, in education, and in presentation and worldview, is almost an identical to somebody like Yemi Oshibanjo. So why would he abandon Oshibanjo to pack his loyalty, his influence with Tinubu, who is almost the direct opposite of who we see Gbajabiamila as? Solly was saying it was down to money, but I was just reflecting that maybe there's more to it than that. Ajale Koko.
Long-time political relationship is responsible to Gbajabiamila support to Tinubu. And they've been coming together since the 90s, since the days of, SDP. They were both together in SDP, and after SDP, during this dispensation, Fourth Republic, they started together in Alliance for Democracy. And he has been in Tinubu groups in Lagos State. He has been in the Tinubu political camp since then, and they've been coming a long way, over 30 years. So that long-time relationship, and Tinubu was the one that, is one of Tinubu associates. Tinubu is can be giving credit, or should we say that is responsible to Gbajabiamila political success in life, in Nigeria rather. So they are so much attached to each other, and is one of the leadership of Tinubu group in Lagos. So that strong political relationship, that long time personal relationship, that they've been coming a long way. So and they are in the same political camp. So he has no other person. And Tinubu put a very strong weight behind him to becoming the speaker of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So he has no other choice but to pay back by supporting Tinubu this time. The vice president, I think I think Gbajabiamila, I want to believe that it was when Tinubu make Oshibajo the commissioner for justice in Lagos. I want to believe that is when he started to know Oshibajo. Oshibajo has not been part of the political group until when he was appointed the commissioner for justice in Lagos. So Tinubu is his godfather, political godfather, and maybe anything can happen in the future, but for now, they are still in strong relationship. I think that is what is responsible to him supporting Tinubu, and it is normal in politics when people have been coming a long way. They politically, they've been in the same political camp, political group for a long time. Surely they will support each other. And the same thing happened to Atiku Abubakar. He's been coming a long way with a lot of these people that are supporting him today in SDP, particularly the Ayocha Ayu, the chairman of VDP, is in the same Yaradua political camp with Yaradua. And even this Tinubu was in that group as well. So it's just, long-term political relationship works a lot, for politicians, and responsible for them to support each other at any time, any day, as long as they are in the same party. So that is what is responsible and not any other thing.
All right, thank you, Ajale Koko. You dipped out a bit there, but thank you, Ajale Koko. So, thank you, Ajale Koko. Let's go on from Ajale Koko to Rational Mind. Rational Mind, are you there? Rational Mind.
I'm here.
Brilliant. Good to have you. So Rational Mind, let me take you then. We're still with Tinubu, but a different narrative. Tinubu in France now, attending important meetings according to what his team are putting out. But then, of course, we've had 8 years of Buhari being in London, attending important meetings. So is this then a harbinger of what's to come? A presidency spent half in Paris in this instance and half in Abuja. Is this rinse and repeat? Is this Buhari Mark II? Rational Mind.
Well, we've been saying it here that Tinubu seems like he's going to be worse than Buhari when and if he becomes the leader of that country. Already we're seeing it. Nigerians are seeing it. He goes to, he spent almost about 10 months. How many months was it last year in Europe? Shuttling between Europe and America for medical attention and all of that. And now, after that, subsequently, he went back again sometimes, and they give us all kinds of stories. He's having meetings. These two major contenders, they jet out whatever they like. Even I think Atiku too. I had this in Dubai. The shuttles between Dubai and the UK. So these people, they say they're having meetings. I don't know how many times we heard that Boris Johnson or Joe Biden or any of the European leaders or American leaders, they come to Nigeria to have their meetings. So it's just ridiculous. It's a joke of a country, joke of leaders that we have in that country. I don't blame when some people say black men, the way we think, and that's slavery mentality.
Black men, black mind, according to
that's slavery mentality. Yeah. How does it even sound in their ears that we're having a meeting in Dubai? Atiku would do. We had an article now recently. He's in Dubai having meetings with his PDP people. What kind of meeting are you having that you cannot have in Nigeria? Any decision that has to affect that country has to be made in Nigeria. Decisions have to be made on the ground in Nigeria, but we know what it is. It's either they go there and do their crap over there in Dubai or in France or in the UK. I mean, go decide the future of go decide our futures in a different land. I mean, if you have to decide the future of our country, it should be in that country called Nigeria. And these are the things Nigerians should be looking at. All the electorate, I mean, people that are going to elect these people, think of all these things. Why are these leaders going abroad? So-called, let's just even assume that, yeah, they're going there to discuss about matters, political matters that affects that country. Why can't they sit down and do it in that country where the decision has to be made finally?
But France has a lot of influence over the Nigerian space, so why not?
What man? France has influence or it doesn't have influence?
He has to go and seek the approval of the French president.
I always see a vassal state. I always see a vassal state to these European powers.
Are we not?
I mean, are we still? Should we be?
But we
are claiming sovereignty. We're claiming that we're a sovereign state.
Yeah, we're sovereign subject to their influence.
So why should we go there? Why should we go to their state?
Because they have oversight over you. You know that
so
he has to.
Here you go.
He has to have the buy-in of the French president.
Here you go. Then we continue being in servitude. We continue being in servitude. Neocolonialism. I mean, that's how it's going to be, and it's going to stay that way. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why we have this kind of mindset? Our people, I mean, so-called leaders we have, and every day every year, every time we keep voting these people in as our leaders. It's not time. Nigerians will be complaining, oh, Nigeria is not good, oh, our economy is going down. Oh. I mean, why would our economy not go down when foreign powers decide our futures for us? That is, let's just assume that is what they go there to discuss. If not really, they go there for their own medical issues and whatever. They use that, guys. But for me, I believe it's either of the two. Or it could be both, or it could be two. The two. Go in there, could receive his booster shot again. Like this idiot that is there. I mean, this was the idiot that when he came in, it looks like one kind of thing that I cannot even describe. Back in 2013, when he was vying for the,
it looked like a skeleton.
But now look at him now. Look at how fresh, like a newly baked bread. Look at how he looks every time when you see him. I'm not as if I'm jealous of him, but look at all these kids. They're all billionaires.
You sound jealous.
Yeah, I'm sounding jealous. Yeah, but it's because it's taxpayers' money.
You wish you were the one doing the looting, Abi. You wish you were the one doing the looting.
Why would I loot? When I don't know.
Why would you not loot? If you were president of Nigeria, would you not loot?
I will not loot. One man.
Of course you will.
I don't need so much money. I don't need so much money. All I need is just me to be able to get by, and the rest let my people let them. Because if people are okay, I'll be okay. I can sleep. I have no fear of walking the street anytime. All my kids or my grandkids or whatever in future, you always look at them. I mean, Awolowo today, if you talk about Awolowo, all his grandkids, when they mention that I'm a descendant of Awolowo, people will respect them because I know that grandfather or great-great-grandfather would never steal. He was a good man. Why can't they leave that kind of a legacy? Look at that idiot yesterday. Was it yesterday before he departed for France? Look at what he was talking. I heard it when they were talking to Ajale Koko here, and the way he was bragging. I brought him from the village, from the bush of America. I'm his big brother, a leader. I was like, I mean, is this how you be speaking condescendingly to people because you happen to call yourself as a leader? Look at his wife too. Look at how he talks sometimes too. And these kind of people who want them to lead us, people who don't have the quality of leaders. All they think about when you say leaders, all they think of is to rule over you, to dominate over you. I mean, is the kind of people who want leadership is not about you dominating over people. It's all about, I mean,
no, that is actually leadership is about dominance. If you want to really know, no, it's not about cooperation.
Is that how
a leader has to be dominant?
Is that how your leaders? Is that how your leaders in the UK there and in front? I mean,
that's how your leader is in America too. Is he not dominating you?
Did they come and dominate you? Did they come speak condescendingly to you? Your Boris Johnson there. Did you see when he appeared before the committee when he was being questioned about the COVID thing? Look at how he looked. Look at how he sat down, and it was like forgetting. Like it was like he could read his body language. That this guy is like he knows that he's in a hot mess. That if he's not careful, these people they can decide his future for him. But then look at our leader, the way they speak. They speak like as if like as if they own everybody. Man, what are we talking about? So Nigerians need to emancipate themselves from this mental slavery of always cowering before
What are you? Are you Bob Marley now? What are you doing now? Who is this guy? Look at that.
One
Bob
man.
Marley. Next thing you have to dash. Look at this guy.
Yeah, Nigeria need to free themselves from this mental slavery of personality worship. Oh, they got worship personality. Oh, Tinubu, yeah, Tinubu is our man. Is this? I mean, what kind of life is that? How long are we going to continue like this? That is why that country is the way it is. When people can't think out of the box, can't think for themselves, can't see themselves as a human, as an equal human to those so-called leaders, you cower before them, and anything they tell you, how you want to follow them.
But it's a Fulani Malays though, because they have that Rankadede system, and they've had dominance over the Nigerian space for so long. So the system has evolved into that patriarchal sort of Fulani feudal system, but in a democracy. So this is a Fulani Malays.
Woman, let me say something to you.
Yeah.
Let me say something to you. Sorry to say, if you look at the history of that country, not just Nigeria, I've seen it in other countries, in other climes, not even in the Arab world. You see, I will continue saying, Islam is just that way for them.
No, you want to start
I know. Hold on. I won't go into that. Anything. It's all about, for them, it's all about dominance. You know, you could see that. So let me just leave it at that. So you see, in each of that country,
why do you detest that religion so much?
I don't detest it. I don't detest it. Some people, so it's just the people who practice it, who twist it around and use it for their stupid and their ambition or whatever. That's all. That's just what it is. People interpret it to mean many things, and people just don't. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to go into that. So you see, we're talking about these people from the Maghreb, from the north, that's how they behave over there, because the religion they practice there, it tells them that yes, you have to cower before your leaders. Who are you to be telling me to be cowering before your leader? I mean, leader is my servant. I put it there. The Greek word minister means, for the word minister, you're serving me. You're going to be my servant in a way, in a sense. You're serving me, not for you to be bossing me around. But our leadership in Africa, you see, our leaders need to learn what leadership is all about. It's about service to people. It's not about you people. That's why that one could be talking the way he was talking yesterday. I brought him from the bush of America. I'm your big brother leader, and this and that. I was like looking at it, but really sort of be a kind. You know,
is that what I was saying to Gbajabiamila at the?
Go and read. I listened to his speech from the beginning to end on channels. That was why I listened to it. He was just saying crap. He was just self-promoting himself. You know, this guy called you to come and give speech. I mean, talk good about the guy. Although, I mean, maybe talk about some good about him. The only good he talked about him was that he supported me. Like Agarego said, rightly said, he supported me. In this election, Femi really did well. Is this and this and that. I was like, look at this. It's all about him. When the leader is about himself, he's not there to serve you. That is one thing we need to. If anybody wants to decide who to vote for, look at that leader. If everything is about him, look at it. Look at this. APC is going. If APC is not sure, so if they're not careful, they're going to lose that election. They will not even.
They shouldn't be letting that guy speak in public. If they want to win that election, they should not let Tinubu speak in public.
Tinubu is just the way he talks.
He's unfiltered. He's uncouth. He's incoherent. It's just so bad.
It's about himself, about his ambition. It's about it's not about the people you want to serve. I mean, I don't know the kind of leader. I mean that's the kind of person he is. This me, that me. I mean, Nigerians need to start thinking: is this the kind of person we want? Who always talking about him? He doesn't talk any policy about how I can make the life of my people better. It's about the election I want. If you look at that, listen to that speech. He was saying that yes, this election, I fought a battle, and we won it. And the way he was just talking, I was like,
the way he talks is as though he has won the presidency already.
Exactly. No, that is how. No, in fact, yesterday I was just looking at him. I was like, this man is already acting like a president. I mean, that is what is. I mean, I think it's all for effect because he wants people to see him. For me, it got to a point I was even thinking maybe he even knows that he's not going to win this election. But at least if he goes into the now record of Nigeria that this guy won, so when he was campaigning, everybody hear him. Everybody knows that this person was campaigning. Maybe that's what it is for him, because this guy already, the way he's talking, the way he's if you see how people flock around him, the so-called APC and those people, jobbers, political jobbers who are looking for whatever, the flock around him, you know that this guy is just, he has nothing to offer us. It's all about to just promote himself and make his cronies also rich. So for me, one man, you see, going to France or whatever, I don't see anything to it. It's the same thing is going to happen. The same one. I mean, the same thing that is going to happen is that's what we're going to see. These guys have no interest, our interest at heart. It's all about themselves and their cronies.
All right, brilliant. Well put. So thank you for that, Rational Mind. Stay with us. So let me go on from your Rational Mind for reasons of time and go to Saki, Father. So Saki, are you there? Saki?
Yes, I'm here.
Brilliant. Good to have you. So Saki, let me
Can
take
you
you
hear
to...
me?
I can. So if you can hear me, then a conversation is taking place. So let me take you then to the space. This is Abdul Mumin JIBRIN is a person speaking, and he is a chief functionary within the NNPP. And he's telling us that just in terms of political relevance, that Peter Obi, he has a lower electoral value than KWAKWANSO. And he's also saying that the value of Peter Obi's electorability is not yet tested because it's a new phenomenon in time and space. But he's reminding us also that KWAKWANSO is long and stayed within the Nigerian political space. He has run several electoral campaigns. He has won many electoral campaigns. He has a bank of a mass of electorates that follow him, the Kwakwansias and the Talakawas. So he's saying that in terms of electoral value, that Peter Obi and KWAKWANSO are not even in the same space, and therefore, if Peter Obi wants anything from NNPP, he has to step down his ambition and run as KWAKWANSO's running mate. So do you concur then with Abdul Mumin JIBRIN?
He might be right. That is his own opinion, as I always say. Everybody has right to express his or her opinion. He said that Peter Obi has not been tested, and so Peter Obi doesn't have electoral value. He went further to say that Peter Obi's electoral value is 30%, and KWAKWANSO is 70%. So...
Do you know why he said that? Do you know why he said that?
He said?
Do you know why? Can you guess why he said that? Why do you think he said Peter Obi's electoral value is 30%?
He said that they cannot dismiss the fact that youths are rallying around Peter Obi right now. And he now said that based on that Peter Obi is 30% and KWAKWANSO is 70%.
Yes.
You know? So like I always say, nobody knows what this season will be like. He's just talking like a party man, of course. If KWAKWANSO is 70%, does it mean he's more popular than Tinubu? If he's giving KWAKWANSO 70%, what is he supposed to give to someone like Tinubu? So those
But
are
he's comparing KWAKWANSO with Obi
in
now.
comparison with Obi, that is what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's just his own opinion, like I always say. Let's forget about permutations and mathematics. Nobody knows what is gonna happen in this season. That is my stand. So let's not use permutations at this point in time. So he's just talking like a party man. What do you expect him to say? He's a party man.
But
so
to the substance of what he's saying, what he's saying is that KWAKWANSO has a broad nationalistic appeal, and Peter Obi has a southeastern appeal with a little bit of a youth movement. So that's the 70-30.
I have always told you not to say Peter Obi has southeastern appeal. You keep saying southeastern appeal.
Yeah, but that is his call. That is his call now. Is that not his base?
Peter Obi is no longer southeast. He's not
you are
southeast.
You are a south. You know that everybody that comes to speak about Peter Obi here, they are mainly 90%, 95% southeasterners, and the people who don't buy into
I don't know. I don't know. There is this natural tendency because I heard Solly saying that Igbo people are naturally tribalistic. I beg to differ in that very angle because I heard him one day. I also heard Solly on
I did
this
not say
platform.
that. Oh, please
Wait,
don't
You
wait,
did.
misquote
You did
me.
say
Oh.
that.
wait.
You
I
did
didn't
say
say
I
that.
I didn't
had
say
I
Igbo
had
people are
Solly.
naturally
I had
tribalistic.
Solly.
You
That's
said
not what
I
I
that.
ha-
said.
Solely.
wait,
Solely.
wait,
I
Settle
didn't
wait,
say
wait,
down.
that.
You said it. Now
wait,
we all
wait,
heard
wait,
you.
wait.
You said
No,
it.
Okay,
I
let me
said
say
people that
let me
come
say
from this
what you said,
tribally are
Solly.
Igbo. I did not
Correct
say
me if I'm
Igbo
You
wrong.
people are
you you
naturally
said
Correct
you
me if
said
I'm
tribalistic.
you
wrong.
said there. No. That's what you
Correct
said
me if
now.
I'm wrong,
Yeah.
Solly. Solly said anytime he meets Igbo people, it's all about tribe. Majority of them talks about
That's what you
tribe.
said now. We all heard
That
you
is
now.
what he
Why
said.
you why
So
you
Yes,
oh,
but he misquoted
so
me. He
so
said he no
so
no no. You said
wait.
I said that Igbo people are naturally tribal. I said anytime I meet somebody from Nigeria and they are Igbo, they always talk about tribe over
that's
And
what
you
you
now
said now.
tribe.
So they are
That
and you
is
naturally
now
my
say
that is my
tribalistic. That's
and
experience.
you
exactly
now say
so.
they are
No.
tribalistic, is it not?
That is my experience.
Settle down,
You can't
Solly.
just misquote what I said to
No,
make it
he
favor you so
quoted
that
you
you make
right.
it
He
seem like
quoted
I
you
don't
right.
like Igbo
You
people.
said
Okay.
you said Igbo people are
Okay, sorry.
tribesmen. You
But
said it.
And I said my
what I
experience.
wanted to tell Solly, what I wanted to tell Solly is that I was on this same platform one day. Solly came out and said, when you were asking question, what derives Nigerian politics? And Solly, I want to quote Solly. Solly said that very day that naturally, as a Yoruba man he is, if he queues up on a voting like polling booth and he wants to cast his vote and he sees a Yoruba man there like Tinubu, come on, that he cannot leave someone like Tinubu and go and vote another person. He said it on this platform. So, so when you now say that other people, whenever you meet them, they talk about tribe. I think it's a misconception. It's a misrepresentation of
Don't worry.
reality.
So Solly is a yam
So,
head. Is a Yoruba
No.
headsman.
One man. This
so
argument
he
cannot.
said
You're
it.
a
No.
Yoruba headsman. You're a
So,
Yoruba headsman.
No, I don't agree.
You're a
I don't
Yoruba
agree.
headsman.
No, this argument cannot stand. You are talking
No,
about
but this is what you
politics.
said now. Why you moving away?
One
We
man, you are
heard you.
misquoting me. This is not
No,
what
you're
I
not being
said.
misquoted now.
I am
Everybody
being
heard you.
misquoted. Say if you want to say what I said, say
Okay,
exactly
hold
what I
on,
said.
hold on. Solly, you said any encounter you have with
Yes.
somebody from the southeast, very quickly they bring tribe into the conversation. You said that.
Yes, that's
So
what I said.
so that means they are tribalistic people. That's what that means. Is that not what that means?
And well, if that's what it is, I'm just telling you my experience.
So why are you
What?
saying you are being misquoted when they say
Wait.
it's exactly what you said that you said now?
One man,
What are
wait
you
now,
talking
one
about?
man. What Saki said was, Saki said, I said that Igbo people are naturally tribalistic.
That is what you said.
Have I met all Igbo people? I'm talking about Igbo people outside that I've met in Nigeria from my experience. The ones I met in
Yes, so
Nigeria.
you use your
Maybe
experience.
you should have rephrased it in a different way, Solly. Maybe like
Is that not what you
Exactly
said?
what
We
I
all
said.
heard
And
him
another
now.
person is rephrasing me. And everybody is asking
Okay,
and
if you want to
accepting it.
withdraw it, then just say sorry, I didn't
No,
mean
it
it.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I said
Then
what
we
I
all need
said.
to withdraw it now, but that was what you said.
Okay,
All
now
need to withdraw it.
another point. You said that because I said I'll see Yoruba man there, I'll vote for Yoruba man. How are you relating that to what I
No,
said
he's saying
before?
that you instinctually you are tribalistic too. So that's what he's
Because
saying.
I'm voting for Tinubu.
For
no,
reasons
listen.
that is Yoruba.
One
In
man
this
asked the
election,
question. Let me tell you, Solly.
election,
Solly, wait.
Hold on, settle
One
down,
man asked
Solly.
the question that very
Solly,
day.
you've been outed
Wait.
as a
I did not
One
tribalist.
well, wait. Solly, look at what happened.
me too. I'll
One man
start
asked you.
misquoting. I would
Only,
know.
oh, hold on.
One man
Let
asked
him
you
land
a
now.
question.
Look at
No.
Wait,
That
let
is
me
what I
land.
said, right? Me too.
Let
I
me
will come on
land.
this platform and I will misquote
Slowly,
everybody. I will misquote
Let me land.
everybody.
Let me land. Let me land.
So, Saki, carry on, Saki.
Yeah. One man asked you a question that very day. He said, "What drives Nigerian politics?" And you were trying to answer the question. You said in the north is religion, and you now said in the southwest. You said southwest tribe, and you now said if you like you for example, that if you queue up in a polling booth to cast your vote, and then you see a Yoruba man on that very polling booth, on that very like
On the
as
ballot.
one of the on the ballot, that naturally you will have this, that you will naturally vote for the Yoruba man and not another person. You said it.
Yes,
It's on
in this
record.
election.
I can play it.
Okay, I said
You
it
know,
for this election.
What you have to know is that people pay attention to what people say here. You think you're just saying
But
it and
he's
people
no,
forget. They
misquoting
don't
me.
forget.
it's on record. I can show you.
No. I don't like this. One man, there are many times on this platform, and I've come and I've said I'll vote Peter Obi. Why are you
No,
not talking about that?
you're an
Why are you not
Abeokuta,
talking about that? You come here and you are misquoting me. You
You're
are
an
misquoting and
Abeokuta
changing my
headsman.
words.
You're an
You are coming
Abeokuta
and
headsman.
misquoting and changing my
You're
words,
an
and everybody
AKT.
is accepting
Hold
it.
on now.
Anyway,
You're an
anyway, this we are not fighting. We are not fighting. We are just exchanging ideas.
You change my words.
No, we are not fighting. We are just exchanging ideas.
Hold
Freedom
down,
to say
no.
whatever I want.
Settle
You are
down.
coming
You
here to
know,
come
we are not
change my
fighting.
words.
Hold on
We
now.
are,
Hold
we
on. Okay, you
Times
didn't
I said
mean
I'll
it.
vote
Don't
for
say it.
Peter
Okay,
Obi,
you didn't.
it will enter your ear. It's the time I said I'll vote for Tinubu that you call me a
Settle
tribalist.
down now. Settle down now.
How many people come here and say they'll vote for Yoruba
Is
man
it
that
more
is
than
from the
this?
east?
It's not more than this now. It's a minor
No,
matter.
Ó
it's
ní
It's
o,
a
not
minor
ìjàgbóró ní
matter.
ìjàbàdàn.
If I
It's
say
a
something,
minor
I say
matter
what I
now.
said.
He only
Ṣebí
quoted
Èkìtì
your
ni ẹ mọ̀,
words
ń
now. He only
jàjàgbóró
quoted your
lẹ́kìtì ni.
words.
Don't change
He
it
said,
to
"Oh,
favor
hold
you.
on, hold on." He
Don't
only
change my
quoted your
words to
words,
favor
so
you.
he
Say
didn't
what
change
I
your words.
said,
So he quoted
exactly
you.
what I said.
He quoted
Don't
you
come and
now.
be
Coleto by
touching my
now.
words to come and make me.
Okay, so if it's not that, it's not this deep. Or where are you
It's
taking this?
deep.
It's not.
It's
It's not
deep.
this
It's
deep
deep
now.
because woman they do that on this platform a lot. They'll come and be
sorry,
misquoting words.
You know, he didn't
So
sorry,
what?
misquote
Is
you
that
though.
what I
He
said?
quoted you
sorry.
verbatim. He quoted you word for word. He didn't misquote. We
Misquote
all
you
heard
because he
you
did not
now.
say exactly what I said.
Sorry,
He did
calm
not.
down now.
He did
Maybe
Calm
not.
down.
maybe
Calm
he
down.
And
didn't
you know you
maybe
did
he didn't
not.
mean
And
to
you're still
say
saying
what
it.
he said.
You
Yeah,
He
did
maybe
not,
just
he
and you're
didn't
still
mean it
saying
like
it.
that. What you have to say is, I
yeah,
didn't mean it like that, but he didn't
yeah.
misquote you.
So
He
why
didn't
can't he say
misquote
exactly
you. We
what I
have to be
said?
honest.
He took my words and
So,
took another meaning.
sorry.
And
Wait.
it's his own
I'm
meaning.
tribalistic. I am
It was
tribalistic. So,
Look at
sister,
that.
I am
So,
tribalistic.
so
If I
All right.
see
please,
So,
please,
Tinubu or
please,
all
Atiku,
please,
right.
one
I
man,
will vote
Okay.
for Tinubu.
Okay. Saki, proceed with caution, no, because Sol is after you.
one
But
man,
back to you.
one man,
Back to
please,
you.
please,
Yeah.
please. This platform is we are just rubbing minds. We are not.
Yeah.
We are not. We are educated. Nobody is
Yeah.
fighting. We are not just fighting. We are rubbing minds. If
Saki,
you say something, people can judge you. So
don't record this tape, don't keep this tape, don't use it against Soli in the future.
so
Because
Yeah.
I know what
sorry,
is going
sorry.
on in your mind now. You're saying, I'm going to keep this. I use it against you in the
So,
future.
I've got him now. I got him. Ladies and
so
gentlemen, we got him.
So sorry, please, calm down, calm down. I'm in Netherlands. I can come and see you. Calm
I'm
down,
not
please.
calm because you
But you're both
did
in the
not
same
say
country now.
you did
What are
not
you
state
talking
my
about? You're
words.
both in the
You
same
did not
country.
state my words word for word.
Settle down now.
You came
Solely,
here
Otito
on
now.
this
Kilo
panel
day.
and you misquoted and
He
changed my
didn't
words for
misquote
what
you.
you thought it
He didn't
was.
misquote you. He quoted you
No,
in
he did
context.
because he
He
did not
did
say
not.
And
one
look
man.
at both of them in Netherlands. Maybe they are living very close to
I
each
think
other.
it must be a
What
Dutch
is the
thing.
meaning
It's
of
a
a
Dutch
misquote?
thing.
One man, what is the meaning of a
It's a Dutch
misquote?
thing.
No, what is the meaning of a misquote? If you do not say my word for word, and you are
No,
changing it to
no,
what
a
you thought
misquote
it
is
meant,
if they quote you out of context is a misquote, but he didn't quote you out of context.
but he didn't quote me word for word also.
No, he didn't quote you verbatim, but he quoted you in context.
In how he wanted it favored for his side.
No,
Side.
he quoted what you said.
Okay, me too. I'll do the same. We will all
That's this
start doing
guy,
it on this
man. I get
platform.
it
No
about you.
problem.
It must be an
Now,
Ekiti
when
thing.
you try to
We get this with
when you
Ola as
try to
well.
tell someone
We
something
get
and
this
they
with
don't
Ola as
listen,
well. Maybe
me
it's an
too. I will
Ekiti.
give you the
Is
same
it some
medicine
Ekiti? Is
so
it
that
what
you
you?
will see
Is
how
it
it
the food? Is it the diet in
One man,
Ekiti
one
now?
lagidi lekiti.
Olagidi dry.
One lagidi.
you
You
state
know.
me word for word. You don't come and be stating what you thought I
All
said.
right. Let him carry on, but proceed with caution, Saki, because Soli is after you. But carry on,
All right,
Saki.
no problem. So sorry, please, sorry.
You
We are
don't
just
have to say
rubbing
sorry
minds.
now. You didn't misquote him, but carry on.
You know? No, he took it to a dangerously unfair level. So he
No.
should not. He's just like he's embittered about it.
No, it's youth now. You know, young people.
So,
Too
so
much,
yeah,
too
I
much
understand.
energy.
Like I said, um, um, NNPP, this guy,
Yes.
Kwankwaso, he could be, yeah, he might naturally, yeah, he has been in politics for a very long time. He's more known, so there is every tendency or every basis to say that he has more electoral value. But like I always say, my summary is that this year might defy a lot of permutations. So we shouldn't like be solving this mathematics, and anything can happen. Nobody knows. So that is my point in this very situation. But the guy that was talking is talking like a party man. So he should also defend his party. Just like what Soludo was saying the other time. He's talking like a party man too. So that's that. So
All right.
let's see what happens at the end of the day.
All right. It's interesting though, because what is sounding like is this merger or this alliance between Peter Obi and KWAKWANSO. It's not something that is going to. It's not something
It might not work. It
won't happen. It won't happen because it's quite clear that KWAKWANSO does not see himself in any context as Peter Obi's vice president. And I don't think the obedient movement will allow Peter Obi to be anybody's vice. I mean, after all, he left PDP not with that space open.
If Peter Obi goes down to say I'm going to be vice, he will lose.
They will stone him
immediately.
They will attack him physically.
He will lose a lot of followers. I'm telling you. So that's that.
But it's quite interesting because we are approaching decision times where people are still able to substitute names. So if KWAKWANSO is out of the picture for Peter Obi, then that really it places him in a difficult space because he's then second division Northerners. Is what he's going to have to go look for.
It's going to be difficult.
But what man can we even look at it? KWAKWANSO is from the Northwest. This current president is from the Northwest. What does he want?
What does he want?
Hold on. Two Northwest. At least we can understand Atiku. When Atiku said, okay, from Northeast has never produced the president. Or what's his name for Kwara State? Bukola. We can understand them. Saying North Central has not produced the president. But Northwest currently, Katsina is from Northwest. It's in the Northwest, rather. Buhari is from, and they've had two presidents from there within a span of about how many 20-something years since we got into this so-called democracy in 1999.
KWAKWANSO is a Nigerian now.
Hold on. You see, this is. Let us not use your platform here and start promoting some things, some abnormalities. Like we know Nigeria has to be.
What is an abnormality for a Nigerian to aspire to be president of this country?
Listen, in the Nigerian context, where we have multi-ethnic tribes, where we have multi-ethnic tribes, it should go round. One
tribe should go round. That's just what sort of thinking is that? Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Turn by turn.
No, don't get me wrong.
If you are saying it should go round, then you should really be on the OB movement.
What I'm saying, hold on. What I'm saying is every tribe should be given equal play. That's what I'm saying. Every tribe has capable people. Capable people is not only found in Northwest or among the Fulani stocks, not among Yoruba stocks or Igbo stocks. Every tribe has their own people. So let every tribe be given equal share.
Okay, so is your vote with Peter Obi?
All I'm saying is that KWAKWANSO
No, answer the question.
I'll answer your question.
Yeah.
KWAKWANSO should come down from his high horse and let him deputize Obi if he wants to really move forward. If he's a progressive, like he said, it's for the masses.
All right, but is your vote with Peter Obi?
At this point, I'm looking at Peter Obi. I've not made my decision, but your
vote should be with Peter Obi because by your logic, if it should go round, then it is the turn of the Southeast. So if you can't say your vote is with Peter Obi, it makes a nonsense of your criticism of KWAKWANSO.
You know where I've stand. I've said it on your platform here. My first person would have been Shore.
And somebody is pointing out to you that there are 371 ethnicities in the country. So how would what you're saying work?
It can work.
370. It should go around 371 times.
We have the three dominant major tribes in Nigeria.
Right. So what happens to the non-dominant ones? They are not human beings.
They are.
They should be dominated. Should they be dominated?
One man, listen.
Oh, look at this guy.
What I'm saying is this: these three major tribes, at least, and each
one man will be leaving very soon.
Okay, let me let you please.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
sorry, back
so
to Saki. Yeah. So round off your thoughts on that space, and I want you to comment briefly also on the Tinubu going for his injection in Paris.
anyway, on the issue of Tinubu, we don't know what he went to do. Just
We
like
know
the paper
now.
reported.
We
Let's
know.
just
We know. We
let's
know.
just it's not
Eh?
it is not in the open like space. No,
Mm.
they didn't say he went to a medical whatever. So they just said he went for a meeting. So let's take him by that.
Mm.
Let's just take it by what they say now.
The sort of meeting that Buhari goes for in London. Yeah. When he comes out from that meeting, you'll see him running around like Usain Bolt when they've injected him with hormones.
That country
but
is really yeah.
Zaki,
Yeah.
are you sure you are not middleman?
I don't understand.
Middleman.
I mean, your voice, the middleman.
Okay, no.
It sounds like middleman, you know.
Very cool, very cool and reserved. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Just like middleman.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's what people say anyway. Yeah. So then the space I really wanted to talk is when you said like Buhari suddenly shifted grounds and now said that Nigerian youths are hardworking.
Yes.
Yeah,
they are known for their excellence, home and abroad.
Yeah. So why is he recognizing that very fact at this time? You know, it's really laughable, honestly. Nigeria is how can you call a whole youth, Nigerian youth, lazy in the first instance? How can you say that? Nigerians are hardworking, I must tell you. Nigerians are making exploits. Everywhere we are abroad, you see how Nigerians do. They are very hardworking. It's just that the political terrain or our leadership has not been able to recognize the youth. So that is why a lot of them are frustrated and going into things they shouldn't have gone into. You know, they are going into things they shouldn't have gone into. You know, so they are very Nigerian youths are very hardworking. So for someone to say they are very lazy, I think it's a fallacy, honestly. You know, I see the energies in Nigerian youth. I see what they are doing. They are doing exploits.
If you go internationally, you will never find anybody calling the Nigerian youth lazy. It's certainly not in America or Europe.
Yeah,
so I don't know. That just shows how out of touch with this guy is with everything.
Yeah, of course. Can see what Nigerian people are doing abroad. So for him to come openly and say Nigerian youths are lazy. So why is he now reverting now at this point? Recanting his initial statements. You know, why is he now at this point that he's now saying they are excellent and they are doing well? So it's really laughable, honestly.
But when you think of young men like Solido, do you have sympathy for Buhari's position that Nigerian youths are lazy youths? If Soli was the example,
No, I don't. I know. No, Soli is doing exploits. So Soli is doing exploits. You know. But I wanted to differ from what he said. When he said, you know, you could also think that they are lazy. So I want to differ from that. They are not lazy. Nigerians are hardworking.
And Tanko Mohammad resigning as Chief Justice of Nigeria. What are you reading into that?
Of course, that is what I'm not surprised that he resigned. I'm not even clapping for him for resigning. You know, how I wish, just like Jen Lekuku said, how I wish that he resigned on other grounds. Maybe he resigned not on corruption basis, but he resigned maybe openly that maybe due to health conditions, I will not be able to perform. I'm resigning. And he doesn't have any corruption case. That is when I will applaud him. But why is it that his resignation is coming after the allegations by other justices of the Supreme Court? But that can tell you how our justice system is very corrupt.
Saki, he said he's resigning on the basis of
That is what he said. That is what he said. But that is what he said. But we know, we know.
Yes.
Like in Latin, they will say pro causa, non causa. That is, something happened, and after this thing happened, you quickly resign. We can infer that this is what made you to resign. So whatever reason you gave is immaterial to us.
But do you know that two of his kids are also vying for office too?
That is one
for APC, one for PDP.
I know.
That country is something else.
It's really laughable, honestly. It's really laughable.
You know, Okowa's child is also contesting.
But rational mind, are they not Nigerians?
Oh my
Don't
God.
they have rights?
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, they have right now. They have right?
Yeah.
They have right now, right? Have you?
What about left? Do they have left?
They continue recycling themselves, right?
But nobody stop anyone here not to aspire for what you want.
Well, no problem. Let them continue, Abi. They
one man. Sorry, I will be leaving right now. I have
all right. Thank you.
Once more, please. Once more, please. Sorry, do not misunderstand what I said. We are just making argument for reasons of arguments. It's not on any personal issues. We shouldn't I didn't expect you to have taken it far. I'm just trying to talk on the basis of what you said, and it is just for purpose of arguments. No strings attached to that. Please don't get offended, please.
All right, thank you, Saki. So thank you, Saki. But you had no reason to say that because you didn't quote him out of context, and I think Solly just went too far with it. But let's go on from you then, Saki, to Thomas. So Thomas, the conversation, Tinubu in France for important meetings, sort of meetings that Buhari has been having in London, so people are suggesting.
One man, good evening everyone there. Nobody can speculate his mission in France, but we are just guessing. So we don't know, because if he wants to go for treatment, if he will have went to London or America now, we can say that is where his doctor normally do all this checkup. But going to France, nobody knows what his mission over there for. But let's just give him the benefit of doubt. Maybe when he came back, he will tell us the what's underpin his traveling to the France. So let's just wait. We can that's Yoruba said, that's adage. You can guess what we don't know. So let him come back, then we will know. Maybe he has something important, as Peter Obi did, traveling to Egypt. So maybe he's consulting as well for better Nigeria. We don't know. So let's just wait, one man. Fingers crossed.
All right.
Tinubu better Nigeria.
Sorry?
Tinubu better Nigeria, right?
Why not?
Really?
Yes.
Your prime minister there is Tinubu's age, right?
How old is Joe Biden? How old is Joe Biden?
How old is Joe Biden?
My goodness. You can't compare.
How old is Joe Biden?
How old is Joe Biden?
Listen. It's just like you're comparing apple and the orange, right?
How old is Joe Biden?
Hold on. We know that he's older than him, perhaps. Yeah, he's older than likely he's older than Tinubu.
You don't see Joe Biden falling.
You want to hear what, Nabi? You can't compare Joe Biden. We know that Joe Biden took a gaffe. He goofs sometimes, but not at the level of.
He falls off his bikes. He's demented. He walks in the wrong direction.
How many times? Hold on now. How many times have you seen Joe Biden come down a podium and they have to accompany and hold his hand like they did there?
I've seen him fall off this. I've seen him fall off the steps many times.
But on his own now, right? Hold on now, on his own now. He goes up the stairs
and he got up.
And
he fell and he got up. What of this man that cannot lift it? This man cannot.
He got up and fell again.
What
Well,
of this man
well,
that they
it's
gave a
not
flag of the party? He cannot even lift
There
it up.
there's a
Ordinary
clip.
flag, you can't lift it up.
There's a
Gbogbo àwọn
clip.
gbọ̀n ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ bí ọwọ́ bí ṣẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀.
There's a clip of Joe Biden that he turned on a podium and he was shaking hands with an imaginary person. Imaginary. I can find the clip for you if you want to see it.
One man, I saw one very ridiculous. They were directing him to enter the White House after getting out from the helicopter, and he was going another direction.
Hold on now, but she the whole.
But before the end of this year, Kamala Harris will be the president of America.
Leave American problem with America, okay? Talk about your own Nigerian problem. Focus on your own problem. You don't want to talk about our own problem. You are talking about American problem. Focus on the problem, impending problem that that is coming your way. That is what you should focus on. Leave America. America can deal with their own problem.
Okay, you guys. Trump could have been better for you.
Just hold on. Forget about America. Does America affect you? Will America run Nigeria? We are talking about problem that is on the way to lead you, and is having all these problems. Focus on that. Don't talk about America.
Yesterday they were holding him down the podium. They were just holding like, look at this guy. Is this the guy kind of person? Is this how they'll be holding this man every time when he's there in Aso Rock? My goodness, what kind of like?
But Joe Biden is always talking gibberish now. Gibberish.
One man, don't talk about John. Nothing concern. We have nothing to do with Joe Biden. Joe Biden is not Nigerian problem. It's American problem. Leave it with American.
Okay.
What of your president swearing on the television?
Who swear?
Swearing, Joe Biden.
Are you really serious? Don't you see the claim? What is America? How does American problem affect you? How does it affect you? No, ask me. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking, how does American problem affect you?
Yeah, we are talking about
Australia. How does it affect you in America, in Australia, and how does it affect you in Nigeria?
We are still saying Tinubu is still.
It doesn't. You talk about this man that is. It doesn't concern you. It's American problem.
That is younger.
Focus on your own problem. And
but having dementia, Tinubu is still mentally alert.
Why is he using a stair lift to climb a plane? They are using a stair lift.
Where have you seen him?
Because they can't climb steps anymore now.
Where did you see him? He needs a stair lift.
That's the report that he's using a stair lift.
Where did you see him using a stair lift?
On the Air Force One, he's using the stair lift.
You join Fox, huh? You join Fox News.
Yeah. One man Fox. One man Fox TV.
Ajali Koko, to be the jokes apart, you can't compare the mental state of Joe Biden to Tinubu. Tinubu is still alert. You know what is going around him. Let's just be factual.
How many times has your prime minister and Joe Biden come to Nigeria for medical checkup?
So forget about that.
Focus on the problem.
To make points.
Back to focusing on Nigeria's problem, Thomas. So Tinubu, you are saying you don't know why he's saying that nobody should speculate.
No, nobody should speculate that. It may not be on medical grounds. It may be, maybe he's consulting, as Peter Obi has rightly said earlier on. So let's see what's what we bring back to Nigeria. Then concerning Peter Obi and KWAKWANSO, it's just very I don't know, because Peter Obi people now, the obedience people shouting around now, they will not want him to demonstrate himself to KWAKWANSO, and KWAKWANSO will not do the same thing. So that their alliance is not going to work. And even the Tinubu camp and Atiku camp, they will even be happy, because if that alliance happens, it will affect their vote in some way. So they will even be praying for that alliance not to happen. But for Peter Obi, well, the man is still there fighting, but I'm not seeing him getting anything. Even KWAKWANSO too is not getting anything. Your president will be among PDP or APC. So come 2023, there is no doubt about that. One man. That's my submission.
All right, brilliant. And finally, on the Tanko Mohammad resigning as Chief Justice of Nigeria, what are you reading into that?
One man, it's a good direction. I think African people, we are not just like the Western world. I can say here in Australia, at least any allegation laid against you, the first thing is you go and resign. Even before you can plead yourself, maybe you are not even guilty of the allegation. First thing, we first of all leave that seat. But this man now, maybe let's give him benefit of doubt. Maybe he wants to fight. Maybe they are lying against him. Let's see. But who is going to judge him as well? It's the same judiciary that we don't even have belief in them. So they are the one that will judge him. So for resigning, maybe the man want to keep his integrity, but he could have resigned on another ground, maybe on health ground or something else. But resigning now on this allegation of corruption, well, it's still a good moment, a good step for him. At least maybe if he resign, he will go there, then maybe clear his name on the allegation. But Wama, it's very unfortunate that people are the temple of justice, that we should have more integrity. They should have more integrity and be a little bit upright. They are the one we are finding all this allegation of corruption in their pockets. It's very unfortunate, Wama.
All right, thank you, Thomas. So thank you, Thomas, and thank you, everyone. So we've gone past the 2-hour mark, and you know what that means. Apologies to the people waiting to come in. All right, I'm going to let just one more person in. That is Play Summer, and I'm only letting you in, Play Summer, because you are a paid up member of the platform. So that should entitle you to some privileges. So I'll let you in and you only, and sample your opinion. So Play Summer, your thoughts.
Good day, everyone.
Yeah.
I have listened to everybody's discussion, and I wanted to start from the Abdulmumuni Peter.
Yeah, but don't make it brief though, because I was about to shut down. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, I'll do it brief. It made a statement that presently, if they want to compare Peter Obi's popularity and Kwankwaso, it would be like 70-30. And I am sure if they asked him 2 months ago, he will say Kwankwaso will be 90% and Peter Obi will be 10%. What I want people to ask him, like in 2 months' time, 2 months from today, they should ask him again. If he'll be sincere, he should give Peter Obi 70% and Kwankwaso 30%, because the wave at which the youths are wolvering for Peter Obi is getting higher. So that's that on that. And regarding the Chief Justice of the Federation resigning because of the allegations surrounding him and claiming it's something else that made him resign. Well, him being the CJN in the first place is part of the Buhari regime nepotism. He might not be the finest judge. He might not be the finest lawyer. These judges that lay the allegation among him, they might either be classmates at one point in time, and most of them might be brilliant than him. So that is part of Buhari's nepotism that we are seeing playing out. And Asiwaju going to the France to get either treatment or whatever, it's not here nor there. He didn't mention. We are trying to compare him with Joe Biden. Well, even Joe Biden himself, truly, some people have said, how is American policy affecting Nigeria? If we want to be sincere, American policy can affect the whole world, like the Russia and Ukraine war now. It's part of Americans' support on Ukraine that started the war, So policies in America can affect the whole world, not only Nigeria. And for Asiwaju, people used to say health is given by God. So even we that we're talking, we don't know what our health will be in tomorrow. So whatever his health is,
Yeah, but we know what his health will be tomorrow, because when you start to debilitate at his age, you don't recover really. You are just maintained.
yeah. In this aspect, I'll still compare Nigeria with America. Joe Biden, people they criticize him that he has what's it called?
Dementia. He has
Dementia.
dementia.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. But the thing about governance is team, and we have seen Ashiwaju before build a good team. So if he's able to do that
Yeah,
again,
but when Joe Biden is in that meeting one-on-one with what's it called, the Russian guy, Putin.
yeah.
So how what confidence are you then that America will come out on top and it will not just give Putin the code to American nuclear without even knowing what he's doing because of his dementia?
Well, to put in a nuclear is not
What
only
are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What kind of? This is what rational man says. So you'll be spinning. You'll be spinning. Twisting and spinning.
Are you confident in a one-on-one meeting between Biden and Putin with the
it won't happen? It won't happen. One-on-one meeting. I'm not sure Americans will let.
They won't allow it now. We president with dementia.
No, they won't allow it. That can happen.
What are you guys talking about? They met before the war. They met at this conference. Hold on.
Not one-on-one now. Not one-on-one.
One-on-one. One-on-one.
One-on-one.
What are you talking about?
After the meeting, Biden was,
and even they addressed both of them addressed the world press conference, and our president did very well. He talked very well. It's not like your Tinubu that will be that always wobbling and struggling and be just talking agbada fruit.
Tinubu is not Nigerian president. Tinubu is not Nigerian president now.
But you want to vote him now, isn't it?
You want to vote him?
He hasn't get there. He hasn't get there.
They have to wait for him to get there.
Don't mind them.
Before he's stopping.
Did you notice even Buhari before in 2014 the way he was so lean, his ears were big, but immediately he flew to after he won the election, he flew to London twice. He's now looking like a small boy.
Oh, so Tinubu, that same thing will happen to Tinubu.
I didn't say that. I am just giving you an example of. I didn't say Tinubu will be like that. Tinubu is not that sick anyway. I don't know.
So you will vote for Tinubu. That's what you're telling us.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying what is happening. This is what my point. I've just told you about Peter Obi and what this guy said about Peter Obi. That in future, I'm sure it will turn that statistic that Peter Obi will have 70 supporter, and that's just I'm just saying this as it is. So for Tinubu going to France, I don't say anything wrong with it. He might as well go to look at how they will bring a lot of Moluwe, nice ones with computer to Lagos. Who knows what he is going to do? Peter Obi went for power to check how we'll sort our power. Maybe
he went to study electricity in France.
Yes. No. Maybe I'm saying maybe Tinubu has gone to study how to bring ferry. Lagos has
is the healthcare system. He went to study.
Why can't he tell us specifically? Why can't he mention specifically what he is going there to do? I mean, Obi told us that I'm going to.
Must he tell you?
Always hiding certificates, hiding everything.
We are starting to notice something. Anytime Tinubu comes up, it's always specifically. Why is it always specifically with Tinubu? He goes to France. He tells you he's going to attend important meetings, and you want to know specifically.
It doesn't oblige to tell us.
No. We should tell us what is he going to do in France.
He
can tell us what he was going to do in Egypt. Why can't he tell us his own? What is he going to do specifically?
If we have to be sincere, Peter Obi had to be specific because of the Ekiti election. That is, he has to give the people.
No. What kind of narrative is that?
This is politics. Tinubu is not vying for anything for now.
Everything about Tinubu is always hiding something, hiding certificate, hiding everything, hiding his name, hiding his real name.
He didn't hide
his birthday is hiding it, his age, hiding a certificate
70
hiding.
now. What do you mean?
What is it?
70.
Everything hiding, traveling out of the country,
He
hiding.
celebrated. He had a colloquium for his 70th. We know he's
It was 152. It was 152. It was 154. Which one are we going to take?
Who told you he was born 54, 54?
In one of his previous INEC form, he filled 50. I mean, Chicago University, it was 54. I mean, one of his. I mean, there was something.
You are just making up stories.
Don't make up stories now.
And when they catch him, they will say, "Oh, it is Abiku Yomi that filled the form for him." Another one, they catch him, we say, "Oh, this thing happened." Why is it like that? Everything that surrounds him is always one kind of fraudulent act and the other. Why?
Now, you hear what he said? He said poverty made him to drop out.
And then another thing, when they asked him, when he contested in 1999, he reported this primary school and secondary school that he attended. After that they didn't report. They asked him, well, he said, "Oh, armed robber came to his house when he was running away from Abacha, and they looted everything." Bring your certificate. You can go back somewhere and go and bring it. Everything. Why?
He said poverty made him to drop out. Omo Yaloja of Tinubu, the Tinubu family that are very wealthy. How can you drop out from school?
You don't make up.
Are you doubting Tinubu went to primary?
This is
Ajale Koko. Are you arguing that Tinubu went to primary or secondary school?
No. He actually went, but where?
Yes.
Yeah, where is the school?
Ajale Koko, come on.
Can't he mention the name?
I think at this stage that we are now, we should stop talking about school. In these days, I've seen people who do home learning. They teach their kids at home.
Home learning when? When was this home learning?
Did he go to home learning?
I'm saying that
did he homeschool? Did he homeschool? Did Tinubu homeschool?
It shouldn't be the issue now. At least
it is an issue. It is an issue.
He's not Yoruba now. He's not Yoruba.
He's a Yoruba guy.
Okay.
A Yoruba man.
How can you tell I'm a Yoruba guy?
I can tell you. You Yoruba.
I'm from the north. I'm from the north.
The north of Abeokuta, the Abeokuta not territorial district. They know you. Let me acknowledge Joseph's super chat and then I round off. He says, so this is a clever play on words by Joseph. So he says that Nigeria isn't working, incoming president isn't working. So the Nigeria isn't working, that is WORKING, and incoming president isn't working, which is WALKING. So a clever play on word there by Joseph K via Super Chat. So that's it, gentlemen. Good to have you all, and good to hear from you, Play Summer. So I had to let you in, of course, for reasons as stated. But that has been the session. We leave it here. So, gentlemen, we reconvene, of course, for later on in the day. Hopefully, we see you all. So I'll leave it here. Carry conversation on the comment section over here. I say peace. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, everyone.